Okay, we're going to do a quick review of the Topeak rack, the fat tire rack that I had on the back of the rad rover here. Had a few people ask some questions about it regarding the mounting and the setup. So first, this is the standard setup I have on the rack. I have my bag, water bottle holder, and a light lock. I'll just go into all those briefly. So first, let's just talk about the water bottle holder real quick. Very easy, standard water bottle holder, and I just used some zip ties here, which I thought I had one across there. I'm gonna have to add another one. I'm pretty sure I did. I think it broke off. So you need to have an anchor point here, here, and here. This one I have to do the loop, and that'll lock it on. Now the light lock, I started reviewing the light lock. It got great reviews. It's very difficult to break into, and it weighs about 7 pounds. It's flexible. I just use it. It comes with these reflective Velcro strips, and this just slides right out. As I said, it's a nice, it's not that big, but it does the job, and it's easy to carry, acts as an extra reflector, and so far I like it. So now we're down to the bag itself, and this bag I've had for quite some time. It's been used quite a bit. The bag, this is my favorite part about these Topeak racks, is that the bag is on a rail, slides right off. That's it. Bag comes with you. Rack is now nice and light. Okay, so now we're down to pretty much the rack frame. Clearance. I have no issue with that. The way this mounts to the bike, I'm using these on the mounting positions. I'm using the 2 bottom ones. That's clear for these holes here. That mounts to this point in the frame. And you may need to bend the rack open a little bit to get it around, but that's okay. It fits perfectly. It really does. It's really nice. It's almost as if it was made for it. Now, over here, Topeak is very common for a lot of the bike racks and all the Topeak racks, is you have to bend these into the right position. Now, the instructions Topeak gives for it, I'm not crazy about. So what I do is, first I attach just one of these, just one very loose, well, straight. Then I mount the bike, then I mount the rack to the bike. These will be straight. I bend this forward while they're straight, and then I mount them here. And then I ease it into position, slowly add the other screws and massage those into, so they're as uniform as possible. I think I did a pretty decent job. But I did it by hand. It's not hard, and it stays in place very well. I have absolutely no issue with this at all. I personally like it. And that's it. I usually have the bag on it, and then between this fat rail that's normally here and the bag, it acts as plenty good to keep mud from spraying up on my back. The real advantage to these Topeak racks is that, you know, as I said, I had this bag, so all I have to do is take the bag now, and I could go over So I could just bring that bag over to another bike, just get it on the rail, and that's it. Now it locks into place on a whole other bike, and I'm using the same bag to transport that around. So I'm always a big fan of just one set of accessories for things, and just to have this one bike bag. They have other types of bags available. I haven't needed the other ones. This one really suits my needs. It's semi-waterproof. It's just an all-around good thing. So this is just a standard, this is one of their standard bike racks for just a general purpose bike, mountain bike, road bike. You do need mounting positions on the frame in order to mount it. As you'll see, there's a bag on top of it, but there's those same bars you have to bend. So once again, all their racks are done that way. And this is acting as a rear fender for this bike as well, even when the bag's not on it. So this is my wife's bike and keeps her back clean in case we go through some wet road. Now, Topeak has one other style. That's a clip-on, and I use that for my mountain bike. I don't use this one that often. This one actually I've had the longest, because this is my old standby bike and what I've had for decades and used for everything. So sometimes I would just need to transport stuff, and this clip-on one is not too bad. If it's not really tight on there, this will swing back. So the main issue with this one is if you don't really have that nice and tight, it's going to swing back and forth with any kind of load on it. It does do a semi-decent job as acting as a rear fender. You see it still has that track there, so you could slide a bag onto it. It also had a bungee cord that was built into it that would come around, and that rotted away. And there's a little privacy tray also, a little secret tray to hide things. So I won't show that to you because it wouldn't be a secret. And the only other complaint here is this. I don't have this set up correctly right now, but if you don't have this in the correct position, it might be conflicting with your own quick release for the adjustment of the seat. This could get kind of messy in here, and these things might protrude and hit your legs a little bit. So, it works, but it's not a must-have. Standard water bottle on a rack. There we go, one down here, anchor it. One here, then here. You have to anchor to some perpendicular points, stop the rotation. Otherwise, that's great. Anytime you're using a twist tie in an area that maybe your hands are going to go or going to be exposed, you're going to cut this, and this is going to be now very sharp, very, very sharp. Now here it's kind of hidden away, but after you've done this a few times, I would just come in here and just take 2 seconds and just doing that little bit with a metal file. Now this is dull and it's safe. So, and that protects it, especially with something like here where it's facing your hand grabbing. You could easily cut your hand, and that's why it could even be debatable to even use these here, but do file them down if you cut them.